In another move that is putting, I would say, liberals and most people around the world behind the Pope. He seems to be a fairly progressive guy in a lot of ways. He was recently interviewed, and he started talking about the focus of the Catholic Church, and especially people in America, the religious people in the media, and things of that sort. And he started talking about the focus and what it needs to be. And so we've got a little bit from what he said. He said, "We cannot insist only on issues related to abortion, gay marriage, and the use of contraceptive methods. This is not possible. I have not spoken much about these things, and I was reprimanded for that. The Church's pastoral ministry cannot be obsessed with the transmission of a disjointed multitude of doctrines to be imposed incessantly," basically saying that they need to make Catholicism an open house that welcomes people as opposed to shutting them out. Now, immediately in the wake of that, some of the other leaders in the Catholic Church said, "No, I'm not buying it." And so we've got the Catholic League president, Bill Donahue.
They couldn't be questioning the Pope, could they?
I mean, he's a Catholic.
He's infallible.
Yeah. And also, didn't St. Peter say, "You're the Pope now"? I mean, isn't that how it works?
Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, I'm not sure Bill Donahue understands how being a Catholic really works.
No.
But let's find out.
We'll straighten him out, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was on CNN. This is what he said.
If 81% of if 81% of the victims are male and 100% of the victimizers are male, and if 78% of the victims are post-pubescent, the word of the English language is not pedophilia. It's called homosexuality.
No, it would be called.
No,
it would be called ephebophilia. That is when you attack people who are in their
It's not a clinical term. That's a made-up term to make people feel good.
So they're talking about the molestation scandals, and him basically immediately Bill Donahue turns to, no, this isn't a problem with the system we've set up, the views of sex that we've perpetrated for centuries now. No, it's just the homosexuals who have come in. They're the problem. And so immediately, when the first opportunity comes up after the Pope's remarks, they turn to bashing homosexuals. And he says in further comments on CNN, no, I'm not trying to bash homosexuals, but he keeps doing it throughout the interview.
He shouldn't be on TV. I don't know. Like, he represents the Catholic League, but I mean, baseball had a federal league for a while, but nobody paid attention to
Who's
it.
in the Catholic League?
Yeah.
Who's it, the Angels?
The Angels are definitely in the Catholic League. Yeah.
Padres.
The Padres, right.
So the Pope says, let's be open. Donahue says, not buying it. We're not going to be open. And in fact, our worst scandal, you just told me to say, hey, let's keep an open mind about gays, etc. I'm going to take our worst scandal, which is not, it's about pedophilia, because it's literally whether they were males or females who were molested were underage, under the age of 18. Now, he's drawing a fascinating line there.
Post-pubescent.
Post-pubescent. So, if they were under 12 or 13, he says, well, all right, I'll give you that. That's pedophilia. But between 13 and 17, we're not allowed to fuck those guys? Come on. Okay. And so you fuck the girls who are between 13 and 17. Yeah. I mean, come on, right? Well, the ones who had sex with the guys between 13 and 17.
And the damn Pope is ruining the party.
Right. Come on, those are the gays. That's the problem.
That clip's got to go up. We're not allowed to fuck those guys? Come on.
So that's in essence what Bill Donahue is saying, and I think the Pope would say, no, one, you're not allowed to have sex with those people, and two, stop demonizing people who it has nothing to do with.
Right, exactly. And to the Pope's credit, he apparently is thinking about possibly changing their policies in terms of abstinence for the priests, which I think would go a long way towards fixing this.
Yeah,
but instead we could just bash gays.
They didn't used to be abstinent. I mean, it's,
right. And the liberal groups that are saying, oh, don't be fooled by this Pope, don't be, he's the Pope. Yeah. I mean, he's not going to come out and say, let's have a float in the gay parade. He's on Pride Day. I mean, he's still the Pope. He is doing he's starting a conversation within the church that is a long time in coming. I mean, he's the sort of the Gorbachev figure in the Catholic Church, and I think that the Bill Donahues of the world are going to watch the church, ironic as it may be, pass them by.